Welcome to this second tutorial of Photoshop. Today we're going to have a look at how we can take a blank canvas, colour in the sky with a gradient, the ground, and add this gradient effect to the sun and colour in clouds and start to colour our scarecrow. First step is to open the blank canvas. Once this is open, we always want to duplicate the first layer so that we have a spare copy. You can then hide this. It's always best to work in different layers. So you can add in layer 1, then select the square marquee tool. Highlight the ground area, and then the gradient colour, or the gradient colouring tool. Select the colour that you wish to use, and work from a dark colour generally to a lighter colour. You can then colour your sky. Because I have done this in the gradient tool, I'm going to add some opacity so that I can see my functional lines of my scarecrow. I'm going to add a second layer for the ground. Again, select that marquee tool, and I'm just going to give a little overlap. At this stage, you may wish to view your ruler so that you can see where there are two marquees are crossing over. I'm going to select the paint bucket tool, select the brown, and colour in the ground. Again, I'm going to add some opacity so I can see behind. When I complete this, I will turn those two up. Add in the next layer, and I'm going to look at how I can colour these clouds. I'm going to select the magnetic lasso tool. Next, I'm going to zoom in. So now we can go back and we can zoom in. We can start to colour in these sections of ground that we have missed before. The next stage, you may wish to add some opacity to the ground to colour in the sky. In the sky layer, put the sky colour close to the ground, and again, in any of these sections here, you may wish to increase your opacity. To recolour in those ground, or that sky layer over the ground. Once you've done that, you can zoom out. To the clouds. I'm then going to highlight the area that I wish to colour in within my clouds. If I hold my shift key and hold it down whilst selecting my second cloud, I can select both of these objects at the same time. So I'm still holding my shift key. Double click to close them off. Again, select my photo bucket. I'm going to set my colour, in this case it's white. Click OK and colour my clouds. Again, I may wish to add some opacity to these clouds so I can see the background at this stage. My next step, Our next step is to colour our sun. For this step we use the same layer 3, so we may just sort of rename the sky. I'm going to select the elliptical marquee tool. We're then going to highlight an area. We're going to add a 5-point feather. And then we're going to select the gradient tool again. In the gradient tool, we want to select this circular gradient. We want to go from a red to a yellow. We've coloured our particular sun there. Next step is to select this, again, this elliptical marquee tool. We're going to start doing the scarecrow's, or colouring the scarecrow's face. Add a new layer. Then highlight the scarecrow's face. And we're going to use, this time, the paint bucket. Select a yellow and colour in his face. Don't worry too much about the overlap. We're going to use the eraser tool, and again zoom back in to erase any of the sections that don't fit in with your scarecrow's face. If you make a mistake, simply step backwards. Take your time to get a nice, neat, finished product. Each time that you take your finger off the eraser, it resets the step backwards. It's always handy to do this a number of times. Then we clearly have our scarecrow's face added in. Don't worry too much about not seeing the face. Later on we will drop over the top or place our scarecrow. This will then add the colouring that we're after.